Welcome back to the O Show. Is there a crypto black swan event we should be preparing for? We've been talking about regulation, politics, and all of those things because they're directly correlated with crypto. And one of the reasons why is because we don't know what's going to happen in the United States of America. And when we talk about a black swan event, it's like a massive event that happens that nobody really expects, but they kind of do. That's just the way that I perceive it. And it can cause a lot of volatility in the markets. And one of the issues with that is that, you know, because most of you guys that are watching in the United States of America, we don't know what the future holds for us. And it's a little bit upsetting because I personally believe that there's a lot of good actors in the space. I believe that people start off to do good things, and that these good actors have been unjustly attacked. However, I've also heard from other people that have been in the space a long time. I've seen this, I've seen that. They're bad actors, X, Y, and Z. And if that's the case, then why isn't that information being pushed publicly? Or if that information is being pushed, why is it being suppressed? So I don't know. My job here is to talk about the news for entertainment purposes. We have a little bit of fun here and there, but really kind of just to give my thoughts on the market and, you know, just to have fun with it, as I've been doing this a pretty long time, etc. And something that I enjoy doing. And it's also important for me to show my daughter that you can keep getting knocked down hard, have the entire world against you, quite literally, and get back up and do good things and still help people. And that's why we do what we do on the O Show. And also, too, it's a pretty cool feeling looking back at some of the things that I've accomplished. And a lot of you guys have accomplished, because I get some of those DMs and the emails and the messages that you turned X into Y and that your life has changed. And that's cool. That's really, really cool. But anyways, let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it because there's a lot to unpack. A whole lot to unpack. Let me see what I got on the docket today. Ooh, all kinds of stuff. All right. First and foremost, let's do a quick coverage of the markets. So this is going to be the daily. And, you know, we have a little bit of green across the board. Some things are down, some things are up, but, you know, we're essentially kind of trading like stocks in a way, right? And isn't that what everyone wanted? Less volatility, less losses. But the cool thing is about crypto, there's big losses and there's big gains. So everybody has an equal opportunity to make money based off of the amount of time they want to put into their education, in my personal opinion, because I truly believe that humans are extraordinary and that people that really put time and effort into things do end up doing well. That is called being relentless. And that's one of, if you guys don't know, the Dwarves, love the Dwarves, but they've got a song, Relentless. It's a really good album. I forgot what the album is called. I bought it on CD like a year after it came out, but they have a song, Relentless, and I love all the punk rock guys. I really, really love all the old music men. Probably about 95 and before. My people. Now let's go and talk about the markets, because right now we don't see any type of black swan behavior at all, right? We talked about consolidating between 61,000 and about 52,000, and that's exactly what we're doing. And I'm here for it. I think it's good. I think it's good for the market to essentially cool down a little bit. It is good that we had that drop, that we broke $60,000 support. Why is it good? It's good because if you have a lot of up momentum and no corrections, the corrections end up being a bit volatile. And for Bitcoin this far, we've had almost a 30% correction. And that's not bad. To me, that's good. To me, I do feel like we are going to get another leg up. I feel like we will see all-time high. I feel like that we will see $100,000 Bitcoin this run, which could potentially be the last run. So to me, this is good. The short-term price action looks kind of gnarly. It looks like a lot of people are getting knocked out with leverage. And again, if you're somebody who's using leverage, please don't do that unless you're an experienced trader. You can also paper trade with leverage. That works too. But anyways, you guys, quick reminder, we are partnered with Margex for the show. I believe they do not offer, there's no KYC over there. You'd have to double check. Also read the terms of service, not your keys, not your coins. And in addition to that, make sure that you can use it in the local area you're at and try not to leave crypto on the exchange. Okay. But they're also giving away a $5 million hamster airdrop. And that's something that we are involved in with hamster. I believe we've got a moon bag or something. I would have to double check. But they're giving away some airdrops. And again, one of the things I like to talk about on the show is airdrops. If you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of capital and you're kind of just getting into crypto now, if you're just as long as you're tech savvy, you could essentially farm a lot of these airdrops. And now we have all these SocialFi platforms, which I use a couple of them where I simply connect my socials and I get to earn by participating. I think that that's super cool too. Airdrops are a great way to earn money. And now, like way back in the day, you would have to do, you would actually have to like buy a coin or whatever and to get, to participate in the airdrop or play in the ecosystem. You still do, but if you just interact socially, and there's different SoFi tasks you could do. So that's kind of what Margex is doing. Check it out or don't care. It's completely up to you. And again, they do have a $10,000 signing bonus if that's something you guys are interested in. Okay. If not, that's fine too. It is completely up to you. I don't care what you guys do. I want you to be happy. I want you guys to thrive, and I want you guys to do your own due diligence. Also, to shout out to Steven Young 199. Rugrats or Hey Arnold? Ooh, that's a good question. Rugrats or Hey Arnold? I actually like both of those. I grew up on both of those, and I will have to say Rugrats. I will have to say Rugrats because I do have specific childhood memories watching Rugrats, and most of the childhood memories after age 7 have been completely wiped. Completely wiped. So that brings a little bit of a, well, not completely wiped, but mostly wiped. And those of you with traumatic life stuff, you guys get that. But anyways, as far as price action goes, this is what we're seeing right now. Okay. And we're going to cover some of the news stories and the fundamental aspects why we could see another massive crash. I mean, there's people that are calling for $38,000. I don't necessarily see that happening, but at the same time, I'm not going to rule it out. I'm not going to rule anything out, because it's crypto, anything can happen. But honestly, a 30% correction from all-time high at 74,000 to about 52,000 isn't that bad. Isn't that bad. And another thing is that we just didn't straight drop like 50% is good. So if you're somebody, because look at, this is the weekly. This was the weekly when we hit 61,000, or excuse me, I apologize, $65,000. We had a 55% correction all the way down to $28,000. And let's go ahead and pull up our date range here, because I think that that information is important. So we started here and then we dropped here. So this took place over 70 days, this drop. But a lot of the volatile, the really volatile drop took place here in 35 days. We were consolidating at the top over here for a lot longer. So let's go ahead and pull this over here. We were consolidating at the top for 126 days. And in this previous situation, let's see when we were consolidating at the top. We're consolidating. Why can't I say that? Darn it. Gosh golly. Oh, that's excuse me. Silly me. Sorry. Here we go. There we go. We were consolidating here for about 77 days. This was a lot longer. So this was a lot more volatile in my personal opinion. So if you're somebody who thinks that it's going to be bearish, you might want to consider your positions. Hello Labs is part of a scam or you're associated with. I don't think it's a scam any way, shape, or form. So basically, Hello Labs is partnered with, is like almost like a crypto production company, and they are partnered with, or they did create Killer Whales. So, and that's a show that I am on. I talked about investing in Hello after the entire season dropped. We talked about it on the show. I don't think it's a scam. I think what's happening is that number went down. You probably did not practice risk management, and that's what the problem is. That's what the problem is, because that does tend to happen. And just because number goes down doesn't mean that anything is a scam. It doesn't. It just got to practice risk management. It doesn't matter. Nothing is foolproof, even Bitcoin. But with that being said, if you're somebody who thinks number's going to go down, start practicing, or excuse me, start preparing for that. I don't know if number is going to go down. I want to kind of see what's going to happen between $60,000 and about $52,000. Now let's go ahead and start talking about some of the news that could potentially cause a black swan event. Make sure you guys smash the like and share this. It's important. A couple things. Actually, I do want to talk about this story here. This story is extremely important. And it's absolutely crazy. So most of you guys know I support John Deaton. I helped co-host a fundraising event for him, and he's somebody that I support immensely just because of what he's done to help the XRP community. And he's running against Warren, who is a big problem when it comes to crypto. But apparently, and I quote tweeted the wrong thing, of course, but apparently Senator Loomis, who is supposed to be a pro-crypto candidate, but remember when she released that draft of the stablecoin bill? Do you guys remember that? Yeah, I do too. But apparently she's backed Massachusetts GOP Senate candidate Kaine over Deaton. And I made a video about it, and because it's problematic. I don't know who this guy Kaine is. Deaton is a household name in the United States of America when it comes to crypto and on a global scale. He helped pro bono, I believe, 75,000 or 70,000 XRP holders globally. He helped with the Ripple case, and the Ripple case is one of the most important cases in crypto history because it established the precedent that crypto assets sold on the secondary market on a Coinbase or Margex or whatever exchange you're using are not considered securities. And we've seen that play out time and time again. But the fact that she's endorsing this brand new guy that none of us know who is just kind of tells you where these public servants are. None of them are to be trusted. And it's upsetting. But anyways, I wanted to put that out there because I support John. I support his efforts. And I really rock with people who came from a similar place that I have and have proven themselves and have done well. Now, let's talk about this. This is regarding SAB 121. I'm going to read you what's going on, the little details, and then I'm also going to give you Mr. Anthony Scaramucci's opinion on this that he gave to me on the set of Killer Whales, and then I'll give you my opinion because that matters. Context matters. So the House upheld Biden's veto, and the SEC SAB 121 stands. They voted 228 to 184 to override Biden's veto of SAB 121, and they missed the required 2/3 majority. 21 Democrats and 207 Republicans supported the override. 183 Democrats and 1 Republican supported it. SAB 121 is a measure on crypto accounting rules. It requires firms to list crypto holdings as liabilities. There are concerns that it could prevent banks from safeguarding crypto assets. The requirements to hold capital reserves make it expensive for banks, deterring the big firms from entering the crypto custody business due to uncertainty, regulatory high cost. Biden vetoed the bill, citing the need for consumer investor protection. He emphasized necessity of the appropriated guide rails for crypto asset innovation. Why was this a good idea for him to do it? Why? We don't have safeguards in. Even though it's a slam to the crypto industry, we necessarily don't have the safeguards in. And I know that's an unpopular take. But also, too, banks are going to need to custody crypto for you. I don't know if you guys have tried to use customer service for any of the crypto exchanges. It's non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. Gemini is atrocious. Coinbase, they at least respond to you. And most of the other ones, crypto.com, I've always had good interaction with. Like, they've got a chat and they respond to you right away. But all the other ones, Coinbase might come in as a second, but Gemini, atrocious. So banks are going to be the ones that are custodying crypto. They are. But with that being said, this is more of a political thing. Everybody already decided on it that they weren't going to, that it wasn't going to go through. And honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like we need to get I think we need to get things in check. And that simply means we have the SEC and the CFTC battling to whether what is commodity and what isn't commodity. The fact that the SEC approved Ethereum Bitcoin spot ETFs, that should be considered as a commodity, not a security. And the fact that they're still going back and forth on this stuff is absolutely absurd. So maybe we do need to get it together, and maybe we do need a complete separate entity for crypto. That's what I think, personally. That's what I think. But anyways, I'm just an idiot on the internet. I'm bringing you this information. We have 250 people plus on the YouTube. Make sure you guys smash the like. Smash the like. There's a lot more information. This whole entire episode. I haven't been able to get an account at Kraken. They didn't approve my account, so I don't know. But with that being said, this whole entire episode is going to be regarding black swans. Why? Because there's a lot of stuff happening. And again, you guys, anytime something happens in crypto that we kind of know that we don't know, it could be considered a black swan. Let's actually go ahead and Google black swan up together. MicroStrategy master stock split. I don't really care about that. All right. A black swan event It's an unpredictable event that is beyond what is normally expected of a situation and has potentially severe consequences. That is a black swan event. Why don't I care about MicroStrategy? I don't care really about a centralized entity that's buying up a bunch of Bitcoin because they had a failing business. I don't really care about it. Don't. We talk about it because people like it, but I don't really, it's not helping me. It's not helping my community that MicroSailor is buying and MicroStrategy, they're buying up all this Bitcoin. It's really not. Who's it doing good for? So yeah, that's what a black swan event is. I just explained it a little bit differently. So we know that, and again, a big black swan event could be the election, depending on who wins. And I'm glad MicroSailor has a big hedge against inflation. That's good. But how does that help the underdogs? How does that help you? How does it help your family? How does it help your community? Anyways, let's get back into it. So that's what's going on with SAB 121, which is important because they're talking crypto. Now, this over here. This is from yesterday, update from yesterday. It's from Miss Ellie. She's got the best news. Just got some more detail from Rokana Cuban Crypto Roundtable from a source. A chunk of the meeting consisted of industry describing their terrible experiences with the SEC. Yeah, I will get left behind. I will get left behind with MicroSailor, somebody that advocated for people to mortgage their homes to buy more Bitcoin. Sounds great. Yeah, I'm going to get left behind because I don't necessarily care for a super rich dude buying a bunch of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was created for the people, by the people. Okay? It was supposed to be for the underdogs, which is fine. He can participate in it. But my point is, if things completely crash and burn, how is him buying Bitcoin and buying a majority of it going to be good for you? That's what I want to understand. This is why we practice critical thinking on the show, because a lot of people are not competent or can think that far ahead. They hear one or two things, they're like, oh my God. Think about it. Really take a step back and think about it. And I'm going to go elaborate a little bit further on this. We talk about celebrities and we talk about sports people. We talk about people with wealth and power, whatever. What have they done personally to impact your life? Some of them are admirable. Some of them do really cool things and are inspiring. But what have these people done personally to improve your quality of life or improve the quality of life of your communities? That's all I want to know. Because the people that I like to look up to, the people that and again, I'm not all celebrities and not all rich people, they're bad. Okay? Because a lot of them do crypto or do good things. But my thing is I would rather rock with people who are doing cool things in my local community. Community centers, people that volunteer their time for the kids or animal shelters, those types of things, those matter to me. Those are people that I want to put up on that high horse, like, yeah, this is awesome. Because when you do something good in your local community or you do a positive job parenting, that transcends to all of society. And yeah, some celebrities do cool stuff and I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, the idolization that we have for these rich people and these celebrities, our lives are different. They don't care about us. They don't know we exist. So anyways, but back to this. This is important. And I agree with I agree with the statement here. She says, I was also told that Cuban gave attendees permission to quote him as saying at the end of the meeting after Dunn had left that Biden should fire Gary Gensler. And I agree with that. I agree with that. The reason why I agree with that is because this is the thing. If you have companies, and I'm getting a lot of slack on this, even on Twitter. If you have companies that are trying to come in and register and ask for guidance, what can I do to run a legitimate business that is going to protect retail and that is also going to protect my employees, myself, all of these things? If you go into the agency that is supposed to have oversight regarding that, and they're not answering, they're not willing to work with you, why do they deserve to stay in power? They don't. And that's where the problem lies, is because, again, a lot of these companies came in to talk to Gary Gensler and the SEC, but they refused to see them or they wouldn't work with them. Hester Peirce has been fighting this, has been absolutely fighting this time and time again. Safety Harbor Act 2.0 and now the Sandbox Act. Let's create a safe place for these companies to come in, register, we'll give them guidance on what they can and can't do, and let them get to work. And I think that that's a great idea. But instead of doing that, the SEC litigated Kraken, Paxos, which we'll talk about, Coinbase, which they use as a custodian, Gemini, Library completely shut their business down. Ripple, for what did Ripple pay? Like $300 million in fees? Legal fees? That's atrocious. That's the problem. And Mark Cuban is right. I don't agree with Mark Cuban on everything, but I agree with him on that. I agree with him on that because it's just very frustrating to see. And again, I will continue to criticize these public servants because what they're doing is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. What good is it doing to us? Is it protecting us? No. And then this came out yesterday. I made a ticky-tacky about it for you guys. It is official that former President T is going to speak at Bitcoin 2024. And this is admirable. I would be excited if Mr. B was going to be speaking there too. I will not be in attendance. If you guys want to go buy tickets, use my friend Altcoin Daily's ref link for that. Not mine. I won't be there. They will be there. They're going to be on stage speaking, which is awesome. I'm super happy for them. But I'm going to be home. I got some things to attend to, which I will share with you guys later. Personal stuff, family things I got to do. But I'm super excited. This is cool. This is absolutely amazing that crypto got this type of recognition. I think it's wonderful. I love to see these types of things happen. I think it's great. Love him or hate him, the fact that he's putting himself out there is pretty amazing to me. Now, let's talk about CPI, because you guys know I got thoughts on this. Inflation falls by 0.1% in June, prior from month, helping cases for lower rates. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the lower rates, the CPI data. So, this is from the article, okay? Price trends. Gasoline prices fell 3.8%, which is funny because in California, we had a board that decided it was going to be a good idea to increase gas prices 50% to pay for environmental fees, which we didn't even get to vote on. So no, gasoline prices didn't fall in California. Food and shelter costs rose slightly. Shelter is going up crazy. Food is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And what I do now to combat the high price of food, I go to Costco, I buy in bulk, and I freeze. I freeze things. I freeze things from nacho cheese to bread to milk to chicken, whatever it is. I freeze it all because it is too damn expensive. That's what I do. Do what works for you, though. Used vehicle prices dropped 1.5 monthly. Fed rate cuts. The data boasts expectations for a Fed rate cut in September. Increased prospects of Fed rate cuts could be good for Bitcoin's recovery. Employment data. Weekly job claims fell to about $222,000. It's all BS. Again, they pick and choose what they want to include in this data. Inflation is transitory. They can modify inflation, and the cost of goods and services are not modifiable. Oh, new Costco membership was hiked too? Yikes. This is the thing though. I will never hate on Costco in and out. And there's a couple companies, like big companies or corporations, I won't hate on because they do so much good. Like Costco, they've always paid their people well. And Costco legitimately has a track record of paying their employees well. So they're going to go ahead and hike their rates. I won't complain about it. In and out raising the cost of foods, I'm not going to complain about it because they have always offered affordable fast food. And they also have a nonprofit, or they also support a nonprofit. And if you guys know, you know. But yeah, those are the companies I won't get mad at. A couple other ones too. Now let's talk about this other event. The German government dumped an F-ton of Bitcoin last night or yesterday, whenever they did. I don't know what time zone they're on. They have been moving large amounts of Bitcoin around, and they have under 5,000 left, worth $283 million. We started with $1.3 billion, and now we only have $283 million. And maybe when they're done dumping this, which it looks like, I think they had 700 million yesterday, or 600 million. It looks like they dumped more than half of it. And to me, it looks like maybe we're going to get a rebound after the dumping is done, because this is the narrative that people want to present. So I think that's interesting. Interesting. Make sure you guys smash the like and share this. Got 300 people in here. Good afternoon, everyone. I really appreciate all of you that will be here. 2025 will be clear. There will be clarity. I hope so. And I want to give a big shout out to Mr. R, Mr. O, or Mr. Mo, Mr. Mo. Oh, beautiful Alexandra, Queen, and all the other amazing people rocking with me. Of course, Mr. Gamer, Mr. Gamer. Oh, shout out to Mixing. Mixing helps. He helps prepare all my briefs in the morning for me. He keeps me organized, and I appreciate that. And that's why when you guys use my ref links for the channel, that goes to payroll so that I can pay people to help me do things, because it's hard, man. It's hard doing all this stuff. I get a little bit exhausted. I do the best I can. But anyways, let's get into more drama. So Germany, dump all the Bitcoin. We're done with you. Now let's talk about this. Oh, this is from yesterday. CFTC chairman says that Illinois court ruled Bitcoin and Ethereum are commodities. Let's talk about this. I had talked about this earlier, but let's listen to the clip together as a family. And then I can go off, because I got a couple things I want to say.
Just last week, a district court in the Northern District of Illinois entered summary judgment in favor of the CFTC in a case involving fraud by an unregistered entity that promised steady returns in digital asset commodities such as Bitcoin and Ether. In its decision, the court reaffirmed that both Bitcoin and Ether are commodities under the Commodity Exchange Act.
So this is the thing. Good that they got those people that were doing bad things. Second, this is just in Illinois. But the fact that the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs got approved, that should be a commodity, right? That's what I assumed. I know you couldn't hear. You got to go to YouTube, honey. But the fact that the states are ruling on this is problematic, okay? And now we have the CFTC versus the SEC, and they're spending time talking about this when there's bigger fish to fry. So we don't even know if Bitcoin and Ethereum are commodities or securities. We don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know. Again, more problematic behavior. But this is politics. And this is a question for my older audience members, people that their childhood was in the 80s. Did you feel like, because I'm a 90s baby, I grew up in the 90s. But did you feel like, how was it growing up? Because like every single day I wake up with anxiety for my daughter. With all the crazy things that she's endured already. She was born in 2016. But it's like, I wake up with straight anxiety for her. Because there's so many people that can't pay their bills and they just can't do it. Like, they're just like stuck. And I'm scared. I'm so scared for the future of my baby. It was normal, so different. And I just want to know. I want to know if you were if you were born in the 90s, I want to know. Or not in the 90s, but the 80s were your childhood, I want to know. Because 90s was different. That was like the last era where we didn't have to worry. Anyways. Staked Ethereum close to all-time highs as ETF approval nears. Polymarket bettors give 90% chance that Ethereum ETFs will be approved by July 26th, my birthday. I hope it is. We'll see. I'm not going to bet on that because the public servants are irrational. But this is important. Goldman Sachs will launch 3 new tokenization products this year. They could include an RWA marketplace and will focus on United States and Europe. So let's go ahead and read what's going on. Okay. The products are they're going to focus on creating marketplaces for tokenized RWAs, targeting financial institutions, and permissioned blockchains. This will differentiate through speed of execution and expanding collateral types. And as far as top RWAs by marketplace, let's take a look. RWA simply means, and it's a fancy word for NFT, real world asset. So these are going to be the top RWAs. So these are all RWA projects. Avalanche, Chainlink, ICP, VET. Oh, they changed the logo. I thought it was blue. Cute. Maker, Ondo, which is a BlackRock thing. I wouldn't fade them. I actually need to get some. Mantra, Quant, Synthetics, XDC, Track. Some of these, have I heard of these? Reserve RSR, Chromia. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, these are going to be the top RWA projects. And these are something I would probably pay attention to. Because if we're talking about a company that a lot of money, traditional finance, you don't want to bet against them. Don't make sense. Anyways, this is the important story that I want to talk about. Paxos. Paxos prevails in SEC investigation of BUSD stablecoin. They received a formal letter termination notice from the SEC stating it will not recommend enforcement action against Paxos for the investigation in BUSD. And I'm pretty sure BUSD is completely gone now. It's wounded down. Let's go ahead and let's type in BUSD. I'm pretty sure it's gone now. Is it gone? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gone. Is it? I thought it was gone. No, it's not. It's still active. I think they're still winding it down. I think. I don't really remember exactly what happened. I would have to go back and look. But I remember that there was a big thing. If you had BUSD, you had to get rid of it. So I probably should brush up on that. Maybe mixing, put in my notes. Let's see. All right. So the SEC will not go after Paxos. Paxos received a well notice from the SEC in February 2023, indicating potential legal action over allegations that BUSD was an unregistered security. It claimed Paxos disputed. This move follows the recent court rulings that dismissed claims against BNB and BUSD as securities on secondary markets. So the SEC wanted to sue a company, a U.S. company that went in and registered and tried to do the best that they could. So they went in to sue them. They had to pay probably tens of millions of dollars in legal fees. Then we finally find out that the courts deem both BNB and BUSD not securities on the secondary market. So now the SEC can't go after them. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool how you can destroy the livelihood of a business because you failed to put in any type of laws and regulations. Cool, dude. And that's why I get mad. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot on the internet. Don't listen to me, please. Terraform Labs to sell 4 companies as part of wind down. This is going to be part of bankruptcy. The whole entire thing is a big debacle. They have to sell. They have to give the SEC, I think, $4.5 billion. And they want to maximize value for creditors and stakeholders, businesses. Let's take a look at some of the other events that are going to be happening today, you guys. This is going to be important. Again, more potential Black Swan events. I love you guys too. Thank you for supporting me. 10 a.m. Oh, this was yesterday. We covered that. Sorry, apologies. Okay. This was yesterday too. Bipartisan senators are going to announce a deal on congressional stock trading ban. Will be marked up in committee on July 24th. That I like. I do not, because of all the corruption that's happening in with our public servants, I don't think they should be allowed to trade stocks, nor their family members, because that will help corruption. I think that they should be paid a salary. I think they should be paid a good salary, but I don't think they should be able to trade. Because we've just seen too many bad actors, unless they're trading crypto and we can follow that, we can track that. And maybe that's what will happen. Maybe we'll institute RWAs. And then we can track them on the blockchain. We'll see, though. Anyways, you guys, that was the show for today. I appreciate you guys being here with me. We are going to get going. I appreciate all of the likes, all of the shares. But I got to do a bunch of different paperwork today. And then plan for my baby for tomorrow. But anyways, sending y'all love and light. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.